Boot up the stream, grab your snack and noodle. Here comes the queen, kid and caboodle. Wi-Fi blazing, wig on tilt. More drama than a soap opera quilt. Kit logs on in a sparkly robe, sipping iced tea like she runs the globe. Drops more truth than a psychic at noon, with a cat named Taco and a raccoon named Boom. Kid and caboodle is a hot shit Uber, Wi-Fi warrior, clickbait mover, shaking up the algorithm like a smoothie blender. Watch out, troll, she's a copyright sender. Hot shit YouTuber, talking tea with a pink ring light aura. Yeah. She reviews shampoo and ghost hunts too. Caught Bigfoot slipping in a Gucci shoe. Unboxes snacks, talks haunted dolls, and drops a diss track on bathroom stalls. Kid and caboodle is a hot shit Uber. Hashtag queen, thumbnail smoother, dancing in a study with a llama on her head. Uploading content even while in bed. Hot shit YouTuber. Even aliens subscribe, that's no rumor. Yeah. She vlogs in Walmart, midnight mission. Caught it now 9 with divine precision. Mic in hand, she interviews cheese. Sir, you aware you're lactose free? Goes live while baking glitter pies. Starts a feud with ducks, no lies. Reacts to Karen's, paints her Jeep, and once went viral yelling sheep don't sleep. Kid and caboodle is a hot shit Uber. Ring light blazing, sassy maneuver. Bans a troll while dancing to chair. Then sells merch made from her own hair. Hot shit YouTuber. Even her outro has a blooper. Yeah. She taught a goose to play Fortnite. Hosted a seance on Tuesday night. Got possessed midstream, ate a burrito. Still hit upload, respect amigo. Now Netflix calls and brands wanna collab, but Kit just vlogged from her glittery cab. She's not here for clout or fame, she's here to win the YouTube Hunger Games. Kit and caboodle is a hot shit Uber. Lights, camera, chaotic humor. She'll roast your comments and send a prayer while flossing in boots with electric hair. Hot shit YouTuber. Cue the outro, she's gone lunar.
What's good, my beautiful people? What's good? What's good? J13, hey girl, what's up? Howdy. Sure, Misty. Sure you will be. Yeah. That's right. You tell her, you give her that F word. Patty Sturgis, how you doing? So, people, I want to show you something funny. I want you people to know. I get passionate, with things I do. Certain subjects that people haven't noticed, right? And when it comes to abuse, that's one of them. But these things that I talk about and the things that I see, I would never do to another individual. Yes, I'm keeping my eyes open to see what these girls are doing to Lauren, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm going to go into their chat and attack them. I just want to put that out there. Actually, yesterday, I've been trying to give them warnings of stuff, right? Because what's going to happen, and like I said on my live, not today, it was yesterday, you don't know. There could be somebody not right in the head, right, that is a fan of Lawrence, and they come harm you. For real. People, you got to think about that. You put yourself out there like that, scary shit. Scary stuff, people. Scary stuff. Okay. But I do want to share some things. If anybody wants to come on panel, come on over. Every time I do it, though, nobody shows up because you guys are chicken. You guys are big chickens. Yeah. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? Oh, well, I know J13 ain't afraid. All right. I want to show you guys something. I think it's funny. This ain't going to be a serious live. I'm just telling you. Well, kind of. Yes and no. So, Lori, hell yes. Look what she did. Look at that. I've never done that to my comment section before. I've never done that before. I'm just saying, somebody can't take the heat, right? Mm-hmm. She put herself in the dab middle of this. I'm just saying, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, people. There's some things I want to talk about. And I think it's very important because I I I was looking at those comments like from um I was looking at some of the comments before they went away. Poof, gone by her supporters, which is cool, which is cool. Her and her supporters. But these people are so not informed in the sense of the impact of all this and what it does to somebody. And this just has nothing to do with free speech here. This mess that's going on has nothing to do with free speech. I don't know where that comes into play, right? This has to do with something totally different than what she's putting out there, right? This has to do with cyberbullying, right? And I am going to say stalker because I don't want to say the girls' names, right? But that's how Lauren feels. She's being stalked. And I do think it's very strange, okay? Um, like I have a different kind of stalking. There's all different kinds of stalkings, right? Stalking people. I mean, we could, I bet you everybody in this chat or who watches this video has known somebody that's been stalked, or you've been stalked yourself, or you've been cyberbullied. I know I can. I'm raising my hand over here, people. People, here. Let me cam up a minute. Let me cam up. Hi. So, hello. Yeah, here I am. Okay, goodbye. All right. I said I put the link in chat already. Sweet J13. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me send it again. And we can share our stories. Because you know what? It might help somebody. It might even help the person that is stalking. I don't mean just Lauren situation. I mean anybody for that matter, right? But we have been talking about Lauren, so and I probably will tell you a couple of my stories, man. Bad, 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 bad. Bad shit, you guys. That's why I'm a little triggered when it comes to this. Just because I know the feeling. The feeling, man. And you know what's even worse? Think about this, people. Think about this. These are females doing it to another female. I think that's even more overwhelming in a sense. I do. Think about it. If a female is stalking another female, I think that's alarming to me. Yes, damn right. I think it's worse too. I really do. Because you know what? We all know. I just had a recent situation happen that I put to rest, but I'm sure it's not done yet. Okay? Because I've been threatened by her in an email. But we know who I'm talking about. And I'm not saying her name. I kept my mouth shut. Mm-hmm. But when you mess with my baby girl that passed away, oh no, 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 mm-mm. Nope. So we're just going to get into this because I really feel this is, you can be an adult and still Okay. They say cyberbullying is only for kids, or people think it's only for kids. No, it's not. It happens to adults all the time. Okay. Especially on social media. And like I said yesterday, let's hope that, husband or the little boy don't harm themselves because legislative, sorry, it's now criminal. He charged with manslaughter. Hi, hi, Jason. How you doing?
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Good. Just trying to get all the volumes and everything adjusted.
How is the kitty?
He's okay for now. I just need to figure out a way to get him to like chill out so I can really take a look at his foot and see what's going on.
Right. Her kitty, she walked somewhere where the kitty was, and there was a bloodbath. I don't
Yeah,
mean to say it like that.
yeah, it
People,
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was still alarming
I
to
know,
see.
I know,
I don't
I know.
know. I don't know what he did to himself. I mean, it stopped, but still, I need to figure out what he did to himself.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Um, what do you think about this subject that we're going to talk about?
I think it's very important, not
Thank you.
just for adults, for kids, for anybody.
Yeah,
It's a very important topic because it's just permeated all through social media, and it's become the norm almost of behavior that
could it doesn't even have to be in your real life. It could
no,
be on the internet.
absolutely. I mean,
And
it's invaded every part,
yeah,
and
and I
it's
think we should talk about the impacts of all this. And I want you to tell some of your story because I don't even know how you made it. Okay, mommy dearest.
right.
Okay.
What really bothers me a lot about the whole issue around cyberbullying is the massive effect that it's had on younger kids who are now unalighting themselves over cyberbullying and just things getting spread from one kid to another, that kind of sexting, and then it gets loose, throughout the whole school. And you've got, 11 and 12-year olds taking themselves out because they think their life is over because everybody found out about this embarrassing thing, or people are bullying this person. And that's no, we got to do better than that.
Number one, not just that, these women need to grow up. Okay. Also, you have no right, in my opinion, to share people your text messages. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right that if you record phone calls,
No, it's not right.
no, it's not right. It's a moral thing.
It is, and it
And
just goes to show what certain people's moral compass is like. And I
right.
I think social media has eroded the moral compass of a lot of people. They get emboldened by being able to say what they want behind their keyboard because there's no repercussions in that moment. They can say whatever they want, do whatever they want,
So far,
be
yeah.
quasi anonymous.
Oop. Somebody's going to be made an example. Somebody's going to be made an example of what's going on with Lauren. I can tell you that right now.
It's it's sad. It's sick. I just
Mm-hmm. Hi, Melissa from the lazy side of the bushes.
Hey Melissa. Yeah,
You
people
sound so
just
sad, J13. This ain't you.
no, it's this whole topic. I mean, come on, do unto others, do unto others. It's it's pretty simple to go out and purposely do things that are affecting people's real life. That's just it's not cool. And then the whole part about the brother, I think that's what just really upsets me so much.
Yeah. Yep. Me too.
That man's
Mm-hmm.
not here to defend himself. And for that whole situation to get twisted into something that it was completely different. Oh God, that's depraved. That is a very sick and depraved mind who would twist those facts into what she now purports them to be. That's
Yeah. Yeah. And and it's none of their business
yeah, it is
to be
absolutely
sharing
under
with anybody because that is really personal. And she did share that with them or whoever, but
yeah,
maybe she needed. Oh
you know. And I
God.
totally get that because, what if not just that it would matter about the family line, but let's just say hypothetically that that's the only son of the only son, that kind of thing, and the name's going to end with him, and they're really big on tradition and wanting to preserve their family name. Or what if they just wanted to make sure his line could continue, period? Come on.
Well,
So
I hope the church figures out or finds out what they're doing. Okay,
absolutely.
definitely. Because what's sick, it's a whole group of them. It's a whole group. So
And see,
that's pretty sad.
how do you claim to be so holier than thou in your religion and a good practicing Christian or whatever you are, and behave like that?
Right?
It's beyond hypocrisy. It's just twisted.
And to be married and have a child of your own.
Yeah, and then act like that.
Hmm. But
They
see, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I just, we went through Lauren's thing. We went through what Lori Hellis, her life. You see what she did. She turned off her comments, which is a shame, right? Because she doesn't need to hear these things. Actually, nobody was threatening her. They were not mean comments. Okay?
Okay.
No, they weren't. They were not mean.
Huh. Interesting. Sorry, is
It's
that real
like
loud?
it's like there were okay. Yes, they were competing. It was very strange. And I said this. It has to do with the Lori Vallow case. It has to do who was in a relationship with the Woodcocks, and it all the jealousy started there within that case.
I don't understand why. I mean, aren't these people capable of having more than one relationship with people? There's enough love to spread around.
Um, okay, what can I say about Lauren? I don't know her that well. I don't know her, outside of YouTube or anything, but this is what I'll say about her. She's a journalist and she used to work on the news, right? So she's good at talking to people, right? But this is what I want to say about her. I'm not hating on her, but this is what I've noticed about her. She really tries to got to be the first to get this and this and this and that. I'm just saying it, okay?
Okay, so she's ambitious.
But it's like she has to do it all before anybody else, and that's true. I'm not trying to be mean, but
Now, I think that that's kind of common with, you know,
really,
a journalist. Yeah, you got to get that scoop. You want to be the first one with the scoop. I think that's a really common
no,
trait among that type of profession.
no. I'm just saying these are some things I noticed about her and her husband, and I do recall a few times where she would say, "Well, we got this information first." I'm like, "Oh my god!" It has something to do with the Brian Koberger case, and maybe Gypsy. Gypsy
Okay.
Rose Blanchard too.
Well, is she, or do you even know, is she, good friends and in the know with Nate?
I don't know what's going on with that right now because we heard her talk, and it sounds like the news people are not talking to her. Allegedly, I don't know because she doesn't come out and say it, but I do know that people were thinking that Woodcocks have nothing to do with her, which she was just with him last weekend. So
Interesting.
it all has to do with that case. And like I said, Lori Hellis, she did some pretty shady stuff to the Woodcocks.
That's unfortunate.
And I'm not going to get into what it is
Yeah,
because it was so long ago that I'm leaving it there,
yeah,
right?
the door needs to be shut on all that.
Yeah.
Those people have suffered enough.
Yes.
And
Looky there. Here's bullshit. Hi, bullshit. How you doing?
Booshie.
I love her name. I've known her forever. But yeah. Anyways, so this could happen to anybody, male, female. I don't care about your age. You could be whatever. So I want to go to the impact. No, this is a good. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Is that the one I wanted? Sorry, guys. Oh yeah.
Look at Michaela Raines. Look at what happened with her.
Who?
Michaela Raines. She's a
Who's
really popular YouTuber she started the Save a Fox organization thing and started saving foxes. She's a really popular YouTuber, and apparently there was some really targeted bullying campaign, and she left the world.
what?
Yeah. I think it was June or July.
I've never heard of her.
Yeah, I hadn't really seen too much, just little blips here and there of her Fox videos that are absolutely adorable. And she was
I am
really,
so bad. Sorry, I'm trying to put us somewhere.
well, hurry up and put us there.
So we're out of the way.
There you go.
That'll work.
Make us tiny.
Yep, it's a mess and it's ugly. And I'm bringing awareness to what these individuals are doing. All of them. And it's very scary. And there's that. Now, here's this website, the National Library of Medicine, and they talk about the impact of stalking and its predators. What is that? Predictors.
Yeah.
Characterizing the needs of stalking victims.
Ugh.
Oh, God, that's a lot to read. Victims of stalking suffer severe and varied impacts requiring assessment and treatment. So, as in every case is different, everybody's situation's different, everybody's feelings different. Nobody can tell Lauren how she feels.
No, absolutely not.
Nope.
Nobody. No one's in her shoes. You don't
Nope.
get to comment on it and tell her how to feel, how she should or shouldn't feel, etc.
Yeah. Research to inform support is limited. The studies examines national sample of stalking victims to identify the types, prevalence of impact reported to the predictors of impact. There's a secondary analysis, 258 stalking cases reported to the stalking charity was conducted. 4 categories of, oh, I see what they're doing here, of victims. Reported impact was coded psychological, substance abuse, physical health, practical impact on life, and impact on others. See?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
That's crazy.
Really.
48 types of impact were identified. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
48 types of impact were identified, with victim experiencing an average of 4 types. Psychological impact was the most prevalent. I believe that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes. Several new forms of impact were identified, including a variety of impacts on persons known to the victim.
Yep. Their
Ooh.
children and their friends, and their family.
Yeah. 35% of the sample increased diversity of stalking behaviors, predictive of impact in all the models, except for physical impact, which was not analyzed due to the low prevalence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say that word for me.
Prevalence.
Prevalence, thank you. Stalking impact was prevalent. I hate that word.
Prevalent.
Thank you. Suggesting the victims and potentially those close to them required trauma-informed support from doctors. Future research showed included the development of stalking impact index to improve the
Consistency of the research and clinical assessment of need.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Scary.
Yeah.
Absolutely scary.
Crime, we know that. Mental health being it's a huge part.
Absolutely. You're gonna experience a wide range of, paranoia, anxiety, sleeplessness, unable to eat. The list could be extensive.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, one of my situations happened in 1997. 1997. Here we are, 2025. I can tell you now, to this day, I still look in all my mirrors and I'm always aware of my surroundings. It's habit. That's how the shit affects you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Was it an unknown or a known person?
Oh, it was my ex-husband then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff by an ex makes it even worse.
Hey, I still. It don't help that I have to deal with him today.
Ugh.
And the only reason why is for me to have anything to do with my children and my grandchildren, I had to suck it up. And look what happened. Look at how he treated me. Still abusing me.
Yeah.
He still abuses me.
Time to take that power back.
I did take it back.
Good.
Yep. You know what happened?
Yeah.
In June when I went up there? He put his hands on me.
Whoa, wait.
There was all different kind of abuse. He followed me around in that room, right? But the thing that did it is when he said, if you go missing, nobody's going to come look for you. That did it. I'm like, oh my God, keep this guy away from me.
Yeah, Bushi, I'm looking at I don't even know anything about that part. I may not be as informed. Who is him and why did Lauren not deny laying in the bed with him, but followed up with, I did not kiss him.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about any of that.
I don't know. With who?
Don't know.
Okay, see, we were talking about this earlier. There's pieces missing of this. I mean, you're going to put this on the internet. We're going to review it. And I said there's something missing. But I did say also, just because we're sharing stuff, we don't have to share every part of our freaking life. There's things I will never share, right?
Absolutely.
Ever. But I
Absolutely.
share a lot of my life
Yeah.
because
And
if I can help others, that's wonderful.
yeah, there's nothing that says you have to share everything with the whole world.
Misty's here. Where the hell is she?
Well,
There she
finally.
is.
Oh my God, you took long
Jesus. Where the
enough.
hell have you been, lady?
She was putting away groceries.
You heard that too? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I must have missed that part because I didn't hear anything about a him or a laying in bed with him or did not kiss him. So yeah,
Wow, that's interesting.
yeah, I definitely missed that part.
Yeah, we couldn't do it, man. We couldn't do it. I bet you we could watch that over and over and pick up something new.
Oh, absolutely.
We only did 5 hours. I
Yeah,
couldn't do no more.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, did you? Did you buy me anything?
Oh,
Just kidding.
why didn't
Just
you
kidding.
tell me you were going to Sam's Club? I would have had you grab a couple things for me.
Do they have my gummy lifesavers?
You like those?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I was addicted.
I like I like gummy bears, gummy worms.
Gummy lifesavers. Oh my god, they're so good. Okay, I'm gonna share this, but excuse me. Oh my god. Let's see. Um, it's intrusive and a damaging crime. It maximize assistance for support for victims, especially if targeted. Targeted. I feel what's going on with her. It's all targeted. Okay.
Oh, it
I think
definitely
it.
is.
Yeah, I think it's coordinated. That's not the word. Help me with the word.
Which, sorry, where are we?
I'm saying coordinated. No, I'm no. I what these
Oh,
girls are doing.
oh
They know
yeah,
what they're.
yeah. It, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely coordinated. It's targeted. It's
You like gummies? I love gummies, man.
oh, I was just getting ready to tell everybody about the bag of rainbow colored Twizzlers that I got today.
Rainbow colored?
Yeah, I love licorice. And what's funny is that I've been doing something to the rainbow Twizzlers long before they started putting out
Mm.
the licorice bites where they're cut up in small pieces. Ever since they made the rainbow colored ones, I would put that whole slab from the bag on a chopping board and chop them up into little bites, mix it all up, put it in a bowl. It almost looks like you're eating a box of Legos, all these different little pieces, all the colors. And it tastes 50 times better if you eat them in bite size where you get the flavors mixed instead of eating
Oh
one
yeah,
string at a time, one flip. You mix, oh my God, it's so good.
I bet
It
that
is.
sounds good.
Sorry.
Okay,
Anyway,
no,
go
that's okay. I'm sharing this to this impact. No, I do want to show this that the psychological impact in substance abuse. It says here, um, fear of death or physical harm was reported in 43 to 97% of victims. Anxiety, I get that.
Yep.
Panic attacks, I get that. Flashbacks, you're gonna always have PTSD. I don't care. I don't care. Victims reported depression and considered attempted, you know what? Okay, PTSD. Um, I think she feels like they said here 75% felt powerless and over half felt helpless. I could see that with her.
Yep, absolutely.
Aggressive thoughts,
Oh, of course.
increased suspicion, I'm sorry,
Yep,
mistrust in people. This is what's going to happen with her. I mean, she's got to protect herself now, man. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Um and I said that you can't trust people like this, right? You need to protect yourself and guard yourself at all costs.
And your
Social
family.
withdrawal.
I mean, the fact that it's having any kind of a negative impact on her child is just not acceptable.
Yeah, that's. And I seen somebody left a comment saying, "Don't. Why is her kid knowing what's going on? It must be the topic at um supper time." No, you know what? Kids are very, very smart little kids, and they know everything. They take on the parents' emotions and feelings. It's amazing what kids find out, even if you're not discussing that in front
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
They're little sponges.
Yes, they are.
No matter how much you try to not involve them in adult conversations or adult situations, they still seem to pick up on things.
And not only that, somebody else left a comment that said, and this is where I see them poking because they're probably thinking, and that's why they do these comments, poking. She's going to see this, and now she's going to think she's going to lose her kid. So now they're kind of saying they're going to have the state involved
Jesus.
to come take her kid.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It was the craziest shit. I'm like, oh my God. She
Yeah,
shouldn't look at any of those comments. She should
no.
not, nothing.
It's like, why do you even need to put stuff like that out into the world? Just why?
That, you know what? The universe is going to take care of this. Mark my word. Did you make that for us, kids? I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah, I used to spoil my neighborhood kids, Melissa being one of them, though she's not a kid anymore. But a lot of them had, working parents. A couple had uninvolved parents. So yeah, when it came time to Halloween and stuff like that, we'd throw kind of a side party in the garage and made special snacks for them, and of course, deep fried Twinkies. And so yeah,
Hmm,
yes, Melissa, I did make the chopped up the chopped up licorice for you guys.
yum. Okay, I do want to say this because I watch people. Okay, we don't know. There's all different types of stalking, right? But I do want to say this is intimate partner stalking. This is the big one I suffered from, okay? But what she's going through is part of stalking. I don't care what anybody says. We just read this stuff, okay?
Yep.
Female and male stalking victims. Ooh, okay. Physical symptoms, emotions were identified, except for anger. Hmm. Physical health, sleep,
Oh, that's a good.
appetite, yep. Stomach
Yep.
and bowel issues,
Yep.
headaches. I want to see if they talk about female stalkers.
Female on.
Um, practical impact on life and activities. You
Oh,
got to
that.
change your lifestyle
Yeah, that can
to
be wide ranging.
to avoid your stalker.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave your house.
Yep.
You know what I would do? I would walk out and I would look up and down the roads before I would even get into my vehicle. Just getting from the car to my house to my car was overwhelming.
I can imagine.
For real, I'm not kidding. That's it's sad. Sad. It's sad. I
I've
mean, not
said,
more.
I've, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Lauren, we do live in an open carry state.
Ah,
Sorry.
right.
Whoopsie.
No, but it was like talking to myself to get to my car. It was a whole process
Oh, I
for
can
me to
imagine.
leave. It was. It's like, okay, I know I got to do this in the morning. It would start the night before. Like going to bed, I'm like, oh my God, we got to do this all over again. I got to go somewhere, right?
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I made it to the door, right? It horrible, horrible things you go through.
That's
Horrible.
that's not a way to live.
Mm-mm, it was bad. I'm so happy that I got through all that icky stuff, the really bad stuff, right? I don't know how I did it. Tons and tons of therapy. I could tell you that much. Years, 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 and years. You know what? I still go to therapy, actually.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been.
Decades.
I've never been to one.
I have the same wonderful psychiatrist. I love him so much. He's been my doctor since 2003. He is amazing.
That's awesome that you found a good one.
Yeah, I'm so lucky.
Yeah, I've never been. I've thought about it.
Changing workplace, schools, careers, phone numbers.
Changing your appearance.
I did. Oh, God, it's so funny you say that. I changed my name. I changed my appearance. I moved
Hmm.
100 miles from where I used to live. I did all that crazy shit too. And you know what happened when he got out of prison? He showed up at my door.
Yeah.
Isn't that freaking amazing? I changed my hair, everything. Boy, did I call that prison. I'm like, you people were supposed to call me and warn me when he got
Right.
released. He showed up at my door, at my apartment.
Ugh,
Oh,
Jesus.
God, it was so shocking, you guys. I answered my phone, right? It was secured. He's like, it's JoJo. I go, JoJo? Right? I go, hold on, and I thought it was my neighbor because his name was Joe. I go out there and I see him.
Oh my gosh. No,
My
thank you.
heart dropped. I'm like, how did you find me? Because my address was not, my address was not the road
And
that my place was on.
is
I,
this
I,
one of the kids' fathers?
and I made sure, I'll get into that later. I
Okay.
made sure that my phone number wasn't public for him to find me back then.
Yeah.
Oh God, sorry. The shit you go through. I'm not kidding. Impacting others. So they really haven't, other than the victim, really been examined. Okay. Partnership problems.
That I can
Yep.
see. Sure.
Yep. The second type of the study they did,
Predictors.
this is what she's feeling right now. This is what she's feeling right now. Okay, this will be the relationship. Who are they?
Wow.
Okay, relationship. Let's see.
I think a lot of these are doing a male to female type, like a prior romantic partner or something.
So all this,
No, some of it looks like that's what they were doing a lot of their studies on, was that type of a victim.
they were doing all kinds. Oh, here we go. It tells everything here. Footnotes. There we go. I should have just went there, right? Let's see. Social network users. Cyber stalking and a large sample of social network users.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
what a
that's a whole new thing now, cyber psychology behavior.
yeah. It's criminal.
Yeah,
Shit is criminal.
they got to make all new academic courses of study, etc., to combat this digital age.
I love this website, by the way. National Library of Medicine. You can even download the PDFs, by the way.
Oh, nice.
I shared that. They also have, and I did not know this, and I just want to share this real quick. They have National Stalking Awareness Month, which is February.
Oh, wow.
February is National Stalking Awareness Month. I had no idea.
Me either.
So they're talking about the workplace
Now.
and stalking. Cyber stalking's huge. That is so huge. So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
The internet is a dangerous place.
How is everybody tonight? By the way, my J13 sounds sad. That makes me sad.
No, I'm not sad.
Oh,
Maybe.
is it? I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh, is October domestic violence? I know October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so that's always a good thing.
Right.
Everything goes pink.
Okay, I'm going to go here real quick. Just because I want people to pay attention here. We're going to talk about cyberbullying. We're coming right to the FBI. Let's see.
Yay. Alphabet people.
Alphabet people.
Protect yourself.
Hold on a minute. Hold up.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. It's okay where you can report it. Where is it? I was looking at that.
I'm glad that they're taking that more seriously now.
Yes, they are. There's all different ways you can report it to the FBI. Tips, FBI.gov. You go to the local field office. You can file a report with the Internet Crime Complaint Center. Okay. The IC3.gov. 24/7, people. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is no joke.
No, and that kind of behavior, it can't just be a free-for-all that you can repeatedly attack people over and over and over with no consequences because you're sitting behind a keyboard somewhere.
I know.
There has to be consequences for actions like that. I mean, free speech only goes so far.
Well, they're going to be made an example of. In my opinion, I feel it.
Yeah, which may turn around and bite them in the ass.
Hold on. I should go to FBI videos. Hold on. Mm. Hmm.
I think people are just getting all desensitized because they can say what they want over their keyboard with no repercussions, and then they go out into the real world and think that they can still continue to act like that.
Can I tell you who does not play? Who does not play when it comes to cyberbullying? Canada and the UK.
Good,
They do not play when it comes to that.
good. That's how it should be.
Cyberbullying is a form of bullying that takes place on.
Oh, we don't want them. Sorry. I don't mean we don't want them. I want the United States.
Oh, constabulary. Oh, she's on the Isle of Wight. Nice.
There actually is a YouTube. Hold on, you guys. There's actually a YouTube channel about cyberbullying. Hold on a minute,
Nice.
please. Right here. Cyberbullying best practice in prevention and response. That's just one of their videos, but
Very cool.
it's funny that these people that have all the information, nobody watches. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. Or they don't watch until it becomes a problem in their own life, and then they start watching.
Right.
Somebody
I thought
starts bullying them, and then they start looking for resources.
This channel here is amazing. They have a huge website. They are very, 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 very well known in the United States. Stalking impacts 1 in 3 women and 1 in 6 men.
Jeez.
That's sick. But yeah, there's so much information from this group here. I don't know. I've learned a lot.
Wow.
Let me look up something on this page, on their page. This could help people. I just want to. I've done stuff on cyberbullying before. That was on my other channel. The definitions. Let's see. Health impacts.
I can't. I wouldn't take any joy in bullying someone. I don't have that urge. It's not nice, to say the least.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
No, you're
I'm
good.
not ignoring you all. I'm trying to find something here because these are all female doing this type of stuff. And I find that very alarming.
Maybe you can Google mean girl cyberbullying.
Yeah, right?
It's it's definitely a epidemic
It's sick.
when you've got 10, 11, and 12-year-old kids taking themselves out because they got bullied. That is horrible.
Can I say something about that? I get that too. It happens with adults too. Listen to what Lauren said. She was afraid to tell anybody. She's kept this quiet for a year. Just like kids will not tell their parents.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like the one, the 12-year-old girl, Rebecca Ann. She jumped off of a water silo or something. All because
Okay, look at this. I found this. I think this would be interesting. God, it's an hour long. Beyond intimate partner stalking, this is people that are acquaintances, strangers, and family offenders. So quit thinking, people, that I'm not saying you people, my good people here. Just because it's not their partner that they're not being stalked. Okay? Stop that. I had a 15. Oops. Oh, God. I'm sorry.
oh jeez, Misty, I'm sorry. See, I just God, that kills me. I'm not saying it's not important when it's related to adults too. It's important for everybody.
I'm
But
back. I had to bring a spotted puppy out. Okay.
my mutt's in the chair snoring.
You know where Nala is. Oh, God, I got to go get Nala. Talk to the people. Holy crap.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to the people. I'm running the show. Just kidding. Okay. Not like it's gonna take her very long to run next door, but okay, talk to the people. Yeah, Misty, that's really sad and tragic. How long ago did that happen? That's so sad. I can't. 5 years ago. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's so sad. And a lot of these parents of these children, I've heard, the parents didn't even, some of them knew something was going on, some of them didn't know. It's, it's just, it's not acceptable. I try and think back to what I was doing at 10, 11, 12 years old. The thought of taking myself out would have never crossed my mind. It's just sad. Absolutely sad. So, people just don't seem to think that the things that they do can negatively impact other people in real life, or they just don't care. They've become so desensitized to everything. They can just say what they want, do what they want. Doesn't matter if it hurts somebody's feelings.
Hi, I'm back.
You're back.
Did you guys miss me?
Yep, absolutely.
I bet. I missed you guys. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about the kids.
Never thought that way either. Oh, Coffee. Coffee says hi, Coffee.
Hello, spotted puppy.
Okay, I wanna hear what these people say here. Hold on a minute.
Definitely. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And thank you all so much for joining me today. Special thank you to the folks on camera. It always helps me to see human faces react to what I'm saying. So if you're out there and you're camera ready and feel comfortable being on camera, I definitely appreciate it. If not, no worries, but definitely helps me to know people are listening. So my name is Dana Flightman. I'm from the Stalking Prevention Awareness and Resource Center, which is a project of Equitas. And today we'll be talking about those non-intimate partner stalkers with beyond intimate partner stalking, acquaintance, stranger, and family offenders. So we know that stalking is one of the 4 crimes under the Violence Against Women Act. It's domestic violence, sexual assault, dating violence, and stalking. And like I always say, in our field, we often have this attitude of kind of and stalking. Like we almost call their website andstalking.org. And that's, with all the work that we all have to do in the victim services and criminal justice fields, stalking often gets kind of pushed a little bit. And I think that's even more true of our non-intimate partner stalking victims. But we need to remember there are few, if any, standalone resources for stalking victims and survivors. There's no national stalking hotline dedicated to stalking. And so the best place for all of our stalking victims and survivors to go is typically for you all, our criminal justice folks who deal with domestic violence and our rape crisis and our domestic violence shelters and victim services, right? But that's not always intuitive. And those folks aren't always thinking about all the victims of stalking because there's a lot else going on. And so hopefully this will help out, just kind of broaden our thinking about serving all victims and survivors and help you just think through some of the great work that you're already doing and expanding it a little bit, because I know there's not enough on your plate or anything. So it's been great to see the people introducing themselves here in the chat. I'm just curious who's able to join us today. So if you could spell this poll really quickly and launch it, of which of these disciplines you most closely identify with. And if you're not listed here and you're other, I'm sorry to otherize you, please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. We know it takes a multidisciplinary response to respond to stalking. So I definitely appreciate having different kinds of professionals here. I'm seeing in the chat, we have campus folks, attorneys, batterer intervention. So
Wow.
yeah, really sexual assault crisis. That's great. So give you a few more seconds. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and poll, let me share results. All right, great. It looks like we have a good mix of folks here. A few victim witness, a lot of domestic violence and sexual assault, program staff, some law enforcement, court personnel, and a little bit of everyone, campus, mental health, healthcare. So thanks so much for you all for joining and for taking the time to join yet another webinar. I know that can be a big ask these days with all the time we spent on Zoom, so I really appreciate it. So like I said, I'm from the Stalking Prevention Awareness and Resource Center. We are funded by the Office on Violence Against Women, and we are the technical assistance provider on stalking. So if after this you want more information, you're working with a victim and want to talk to somebody about it, feel free to reach out anytime. Our website, we did not go with andstalking.org. We're at stalkingawareness.org. We have practitioner guides, and those are broken out by discipline. So we have for victim services, for law enforcement, for corrections, for prosecutors, for awareness educators. And speaking of awareness educators, we have training modules that are scripted and ready to use if you do any kind of public awareness education in your community or on your campus, or whatever the equivalent of that is in your state or jurisdiction, depending on the situation. And where you're located, but it is a crime across the board, whether it co-occurs with physical violence or not. So a lot of folks don't realize that stalking on its own is a crime and that it is possible to hold someone accountable for that. And stalking is traumatic. So many survivors of stalking experience mental health impacts that can be lifelong, especially post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety. We have stalking survivors who often feel for years that they're just in this tense state waiting for the other shoe to drop. And you can imagine how stressful and the kind of trauma that can cause.
See? Here's my situation. 1997. I'm in 2025. It never goes away. Never. As in the sense of certain behaviors that you do, right? Like looking around, always being aware of your surroundings.
Paranoia.
And stalking is dangerous. It's not just annoying or frustrating or even traumatic. It can cause physical and emotional violence. 1 in 5 stalkers use weapons to threaten or harm their victims. There's a huge co-occurrence with sexual violence and intimate partner violence. And in the vast majority of intimate partner femicide, so murder of a female partner by a male partner, in 76% of completed and 85% of attempted, there was stalking the year prior to that murder or attempted murder. Another study showed that stalking increases the risk of intimate partner homicide by 3 times. And so it is something that is often preceding violence and or homicide, yet so often these early signs get dismissed as, oh, it's just texting, it's just following, no one's really getting hurt here, when that's simply not true. Behaviorally, every state has a different stalking statute, right? So it's really good to know your stalking statute. Some of them mirror this really closely, some of them are more narrow, right? And so it's good to know so that if you're working with a victim, you want to be able to identify stalking so that you can safety plan.
Stalking is a pattern of behavior directed at a person. This is what Lauren's dealing with.
Yep.
People say she's not being stalked. Yeah.
Look at Koberger. There's a real good chance he was stalking that house before he did that.
And appropriately, and you want to be able to tell them, hey, if you go down the street to law enforcement, they may or may not say it meets whatever statute you have, right? So it's good to know all of that stuff. And we're happy to talk statute with you anytime. But behaviorally, stalking is a pattern of behavior that's 2 or more incidents. In most states, a few states have 3
Oh
or more.
my God.
Behaviorally, 2 or more incidents.
2 or more instances?
Oh, yeah.
No, this is funny. She's been dealing with this shit for a year.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Oh my God.
I know in California, at least it used to be that 2 or more unwanted telephone calls from somebody is considered harassment. I've had the phone company put a trap on my phone because of harassing phone calls.
Really?
Dog, stop messing with shit.
Right.
Doggy, stop.
Okay.
Incidents directed at a specific person that would cause a reasonable person to feel fear. So fear of what? Well, fear for their safety or the safety of others, or suffer substantial emotional distress.
There you go.
So substantial emotional distress is really about their emotional safety. And substantial emotional distress isn't the same as I feel annoyed or this person is.
It doesn't have to mean physical too.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that she has to be following her around and hiding in her bushes.
No. What I'm saying, emotional safety, not just physical.
Oh, yeah.
There's emotional safety. It's another component.
Yep.
Of all this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And substantial emotional distress isn't the same as I feel annoyed or this person is kind of, they're nagging me. I'm not a big fan. It's more than that. It's that someone truly feels like their emotional state, their mental state is being significantly impacted and is not safe because of the impacts of this stalking behavior. And that pattern of behavior is also called the course of conduct in most stalking statutes. So you might hear me use those terms kind of interchangeably today. Pattern of behavior, course of conduct. I'm talking about the same thing. It's 2 or more incidents that make up that pattern of behavior that are showing a continuity of purpose, so that offender is trying to scare or just emotionally distress this victim. And they're doing multiple activities in order to do that.
Wow.
And those behaviors can be quite varied. And so one helpful way to think about the variety of stalking behaviors is through this
intimidation.
Yep. Look at all this. There's the phone. Yep.
framework called SLI, the surveillance, life invasion, interference, intimidation, which again, I spent more time on last week, but basically this helps us expand our thinking on stalking, because when a lot of folks think stalking, they think surveillance. You get that imagery with the binoculars or the camera, and that is a big part of a lot of stalking cases, but it's not the only thing. Because anything.
Remember, Lauren saying they're recording her?
Yep.
Do you guys remember that last night when we listened to the live, that they record her?
Yep.
And the court had to tell them they can't be recording?
Scary that isn't the first thing that's happened, could be stalking. And so that's really a very wide variety of behaviors. So surveillance, that's how is that offender tracking, watching, monitoring, gathering information about the victim. Life invasion, how is that offender showing up in the victim's life where the victim doesn't want that offender to be there, but there's the stalker or signs of the stalker. So that constant contact, for example, that's one of the most common forms, right? That I'm trying to get through my day and then my phone's buzzing. I know it's the stalker on my text messages. I sit down to work. I open my work email. There's a stalker. They're showing up outside my apartment. They're driving by my house. My friend's saying they ran into them, right? Just all these reminders that this person is here and trying to get to me. Interference, so that actual, what is the changing and what is the victim losing as a result of the stalking behavior? So that could be financial, the offender hacked into accounts, let's say, and now has impersonated the victim, taken out money, caused other damage. It could be property damage, like slash my tire, can't get to work, that interferes. It could be physical assault, bringing up charges or getting protective order against the victim, and now they have to deal with all that. So there's all of that, interference, and then intimidation, which are those threats, either explicit or implicit. And again, if you're with me last week, I focused quite a bit on the contextual nature of stalking. That a lot of times those stalking behaviors are only understood as scary between the victim and the offender. So the classic example is an offender saying something like, "I'll send you roses the day I kill you." Right? So the victim receives roses, is terrified. Everyone around the victim is saying, "Oh, how lovely," right? Because they don't know that specific meaning. And so those roses are absolutely a threat, even though they don't say the words, "I will harm you when I know where you are." When we ask the victim why they're having that reaction, why they're feeling afraid, why are they in distress, they're going to be able to explain this backstory behind it. And so that kind of intimidation we see quite a bit, and it's not always obvious to third parties and responders what the big deal is, right? Of course, we do get those direct threats as well. So anyways, all of these that's the quick version, at least. It may have not felt quick to you, but it felt quick to me. Quick version of all these different behaviors. These overlap, and that's fine, but it's just, again, to expand our thinking. And that's important when we start thinking about our victim-offender relationships, because folks who have different relationships might have more or less access to the victim and be engaging in different kinds of these behaviors. And someone said it can be any combination of those behaviors, absolutely. Some stalkers only do one thing, like they're just texting, but over 80% use more than one means of approach. And quite a few of them are combining acts that are crimes on their own, like slash tires, property damage, right, with other behaviors that are not crimes on their own, but can become criminal in the context of a stalking case. So that, texting, driving by the home, knocking on the door, sending gifts, those aren't crimes, but they can become criminal. And so a lot of times we tend to focus on that one incident, especially the most visible one, like a slash tire. We get it, we can see it, right? And we need to take a step back and think about all the different behaviors that might be going on here. So I want to point out, first of all, that all stalkers can be dangerous. So today I'm talking about different kinds of victim-offender relationships, some considerations for each, some examples of each, and some kind of general risk levels for each. But these are generalities. Every stalker can be dangerous. And the research on stalking in general is limited across the board. There's a lot less research just on stalking than on intimate partner violence or sexual violence. And most of the research we have comes out of the domestic violence field. And most of the resources we have come out of the domestic violence field. So that's not wrong, but it is missing a big piece of this, right? And so I think that this training will be helpful, or else I wouldn't be here doing it, right? To give you some information on these different kinds of stalkers. But we need to kind of take it all with a grain of salt, in that we don't have amazing information about non-intimate partner stalkers. We also need to remember that the relationship is only one part of the risk profile of the situation, right? That every stalker can be dangerous, that these are averages, and we need to look at every case very individually. What is their violence and criminal history? Their violent history, their criminal history. Do they have co-occurring substance abuse and mental health issues? What is their knowledge or expertise around technology? Of course, there's a lot of stalking you can do through technology that you don't need to be an expert on, but we absolutely want to know if they have some particular abilities in that area. What's their education and background? What is their follow through on previous threats? Have they made a specific threat and then done that exact thing? So these are just some of the considerations that we want to have in mind, regardless of who the offender is, right? No matter who they are, that relationship is only one piece of it. In fact, this is part of the risk assessment, the stalking harassment assessment and risk profile, which I'll send you a link to. And this looks at 14 major risk factors in stalking cases. So if you look at these, quite a few might be influenced by that victim-offender relationship, right? When we're looking at their motive, the stalker history in particular. So absolutely, these are informed by the stalker relationship, but they're not, my point is that it's not the only thing. So I definitely don't want you to leave the session being like, oh, this kind of stalker is dangerous, this one's not. This one acts this way, this one doesn't. Because these are generalizations, and there's a lot that goes into a risk profile for every specific case. So you definitely want to take them all one by one. So big picture, about half the time stalkers are current or former intimate partners. So that's a big piece of it. A big piece of it is that domestic violence relationship. It might be happening during the relationship and or after the relationship, but that offender is engaging in stalking behavior, right? So about half the time, that's a big piece of it. And we do quite a bit of work on intimate partner stalking. We have a separate webinar that does a deeper dive just on intimate partner stalking. So as kind of a counterpoint to this one, right? So definitely important big area. But it also, again, means that about half the time, they aren't intimate partner related. They might be an acquaintance. They could be a stranger, though it's relatively rare. They might be a family member or a person of authority, like a supervisor, a coach, a landlord, somebody like that. And so again, we need to think about, are we serving all victims of stalking? Because this other 50% often don't really know where to go. So we know that on average, our intimate partner stalkers are our most dangerous stalkers. And what I mean by that is they're the most likely to physically approach the victim, be interfering, insulting, and threatening, use weapons to threaten or harm, have their behaviors escalate quickly. And while the recidivism rate is high across the board for stalking offenders, it's even higher for those intimate partner stalking offenders. Okay, but why? Why is that true? And let me know if you have any ideas here. I'll keep an eye on the chat. So we say this all the time, those intimate partner stalkers are our most dangerous on average. Why? Like, what makes them the most dangerous? So I'll give you a few seconds to respond. I'm very stubborn, so I'll wait for you to write in there. They have more access. Yeah, absolutely. An intimate partner stalker often has that access to a victim. They know their routines, like you're all saying. They know where that person gets their hair cut. They know where their kids go to daycare. They know a lot about that person. The attachment's already there. Yeah, I can speak to motive. Someone else wrote emotions, right? Their motive might be a little bit stronger. People think it's just the drama of a breakup. Yeah, it can be minimized and not identified as stalking because people think, oh, it's just someone having a hard time getting over things. And so that can actually be a really great cover for that intimate partner stalker to continue to perpetrate that crime. They know their victim's triggers. Yeah, I think that's a huge one. They know what will make that person afraid. And someone just said they may know passwords and can easily track the person. Yeah, they know a lot about that partner. Exactly. So I think you're all absolutely on point. They have that access, right? And they have that knowledge. And so a few reasons, and these echo what you all shared. They know that victim well. Their secrets, their habits, their fears, their routines, their past history, their frequented locations. And so it's easy to know the specific thing that will upset that person. And they know how to get to them. They know where they'll be. They know where they go to the gym, all of that kind of stuff. Those shared social circles. So often, when you have an intimate partner, you meet each other's friends. Maybe they know each other's families. They've been to work functions together, et cetera. And so not everyone in that extended circle necessarily knows what's going on with the intimate partner stalking. And so that offender might have a very good idea. Oh yeah, I remember their mom came to town and we met. And they don't talk to their mom that much. So I'm going to call the mom and ask where they are. I say, I'm so worried. I'm the worried partner, right? And that mom is likely to respond because they were in that circle. They were once in that inner circle, or just mutual friends, etc. It's easy to look over someone's shoulder and say, hey, did they check in? Did they go to that bar? Oh yeah, they're there. Okay, great. Where if you didn't have those mutual friends, they may or may not be able to give you that kind of information. The access to their physical or online space, and someone mentioned this with passwords. Yeah, it's not unusual for victims to share passwords with offenders. Perhaps that was shared non-consensually. Perhaps it was shared under a power and control dynamic, or perhaps the offender guessed it at one point. It could have been a shared account at one time. Let's say they live together and they have relationships. And again, none of these is the more of one of these situations. It might be time to get into all of that. To again, this popular perception of the stranger stalker, it fits our narrative of it. We might report it when the more scary folks that we know, we're not going to. Thinking of celebrity stalkers, they're thinking Taylor Swift, they're thinking secret admirer, and you don't even know who it is. And it's very similar to that stranger rapist myth, right? These kind of strangers in the alleyway. And it's a misperception that can really impact how people recognize stalkers and report, because most of victims are thinking stalkers are strangers. Most responders are thinking stalkers are intimate partners, and we're both kind of missing each other, right? We're both part right. And missing each other a little bit. And so we need to recognize that, our stalking victims might actually be more able to recognize it when it's a stranger, because victims rely on what they think a real or legitimate crime looks like when they report. So who looks like a stalker here? Well, I'm going to go with my man in the trench coat, right? And again, that could be, but it also could be that person that they know. And so again, it's recognizing this kind of mismatch of assumption, I think, between the people who seek services and the people providing those services. Because victims who knew their offenders are scared, they're more scared, but they're less likely to report than those stalked by a stranger. And I think that speaks to, again, this popular perception of the stranger stalker. It fits our narrative of it. We might report it when the more scary folks that we know, we're not going to call that stalking. That's just our ex having a hard time, right? And so we need to just recognize that this kind of disparity. On average, stranger stalkers are least likely to commit violence, and they're the most responsive to legal intervention. So they're on average the most not attempted, and or if it's attempted, it's harder to complete. So for our public figures, our offenders are least likely to commit violence. And again, that's a 2% versus 74% of intimate stalking law in the country. So again, this happens, but it's the minority of the time. And I will say too, with our public figures versus private strangers, this line's getting more and more blurred with our social media. So let's say someone's an Instagram influencer. Is that a public figure? Is that a private stranger? And you could kind of argue it different ways. Is somebody a local celebrity? Like maybe they're an athlete or a news anchor. So our public figures might be, Taylor Swift, or it might be that person who's on the Channel 5 News or whatever. And so, when we're thinking about what public means, I think that definition has shifted a little bit, especially in the past decade. So for our public figures, our offenders are least likely to commit violence. And again, that's a 2% versus 74% of intimate partner stalkers. They're least likely to threaten or have their behaviors escalate. And some of this may also be because our public figures who are being stalked might have more access to resources and security, right? It's easier to get to Joe Schmo on the street than it is to get to the Kardashians, right? Because of all the security that they have. So that's a factor as well that we need to consider, right? That not most people don't have their own security detail, et cetera. But because it's not attempted, and or if it's attempted, it's harder to complete, less threats, less violence. They're the most likely to have overlapping psychosis. And I get this question about mental health and stalking quite a bit. And a lot of people will say, well, the stalkers, something's wrong with them, right? Or, why would they do this? And the truth is, in the vast majority of cases, there is no overlapping psychosis. There's no significant overlapping psychosis, and it's an extension of power and control. The offender wants the victim to be scared or upset, and they are intentionally engaging in a course of conduct in order to achieve that goal. That isn't to say there's no overlap, right? There is some, and it's most likely in these public figure cases where someone is delusional and they believe they have a relationship with a celebrity.
Okay. Good night. Love you.
Bye.
For example, or that person sending the messages, so that they're the intended person to be with that celebrity. And so it's most likely to be the overlapping psychosis, the less that victim knows the offender. And so our private stranger, and by private stranger, we mean just, a random person, right? Just a person they saw in a coffee shop or something like that and became fixated on. And we see the risk goes up. About half of those threaten their victims. Nearly 1 in 3 are violent towards the person or the property, and 1 out of 7 do assault their target of pursuit. So again, far less than our intimate partners, but still a risk. This is a case about a stranger stalker, and I think it's good to just see some different examples and think through them a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and watch this news clip.
A chance encounter with a stranger in the parking lot of a post office led to years of terror for a Boise family. A Boise woman argued with a complete stranger after he parked in a handicapped parking space without a handicap placard. Little did she know, the man that she confronted was so furious about the incident that he began targeting the family for years. That man is 76-year-old Frank Abbott Sweeney.
Well, we had done a little research, and we had known that he'd been involved in the legal system prior. He had some issues back east. He'd been incarcerated at least 3 times in the federal system. He had been involved in some protection issues as well, and that he had actually hurt a police officer, shot a police officer with a machine gun back in the 60s.
Darren Solomon, an investigator with the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, says within weeks of the incident, the family started getting postcards, all of them written on a typewriter. The messages on the cards included accusations that various members of the family were criminals, pedophiles, drug dealers, or infected with HIV. None of it true, and the victims had no idea who was doing this to them, and neither did investigators.
But Mr. Sweeney did a pretty good job of covering his tracks. He would utilize different drop-off points, different post offices. He would buy all his postage with cash, things of that nature. So at that point, it becomes an issue of when's he going to slip up, and when we're going to find something that we can hang our hat on and go forward with.
An alarming amount of personal information about the family was included in the cards. Sweeney also sent postcards to schools and neighbors of the victims, claiming to be from the sex offender registry and writing that the victim's husband sexually abused a child. Again, was not true. His
motivation was basically revenge and embarrassment of people that he felt had embarrassed him, and that he had used his means, which is basically a private investigator, to find personal information, criminal histories, and all that of people he should not have had access to.
All right, so in here, I just think a really strong example of a stranger case, and we do often see these incidents like this. There's some kind of inciting incident, and then there is this response from an offender who takes it, here we have this chance encounter with this handicap spot, and then this reaction going after. So unfortunately, this can happen. These are hard cases to prosecute and to hold offenders accountable for, understandably, because it's hard to know who that offender is. Luckily, in this case, they were persistent. They found the offender slipping up, they figured it out, and he was held accountable. But, these kinds of cases do happen and are important to recognize. And in this case, he hires a private investigator. And so sometimes when we think about access and information, there are ways to make up for that lack of access to information that you might have more knowledge of through that intimate partner or personal relationship. Here, there's no relationship, but he used his means to get that private investigator to fill in some of the gaps. And so, that can happen as well. So you want to think about when you're thinking about stranger offenders, what information about the victim is publicly available and or could be found through that private investigator. So public data, an important one to recognize. Public data has nothing to do with your social media presence or anything like that. If you go right now to something like Fast People Search or People Finder and type in your name, you'll probably find your name, address, phone number, family members, and past addresses. And those come from tax records, property records, very hard to opt out of, but there are some privacy resources available. And so someone could come in with, who's a stranger might be able to present themselves as someone who knows a lot more about the victim than they actually do, just by doing a little bit of research on social media, putting them through that kind of public data finder, and suddenly they know that person's sibling's name and where they went to high school, and we think, oh, they must really know this person, but they don't. And so thinking about what information is available, and of course from a safety planning perspective, what do victims want to perhaps hide, which is not always the best solution and not always what victims need or should do, because offenders are often persistent. They'll find other ways to contact that victim. But for example, is there a picture of the victim on the workplace website? Do they have an active social media at work that's saying, hey, we're down at the river today doing this cleanup, and has a big picture of them? Maybe that fits male victims and older adults 60 plus. So all of these victims are just as likely to be stalked by an acquaintance, college students, male victims, and older adults 60 plus. So all of these experience intimate partner stalking as well, but we're seeing acquaintance stalkers in equal or higher numbers, right? And so this is the most prevalent category after intimate partner. A lot of our stalkers are acquaintances, and those acquaintances could be close friends up to, oh yeah, I think I saw that guy in class, right? So it's a pretty big range in terms of acquaintance. In terms of determining, okay, is this an acquaintance or an intimate partner? Again, these categories can be a bit tricky because say they met on a dating website or they went on one date. Is that an acquaintance? Is that an intimate partner? Different victims might answer that question differently, and they might have shared really different amounts of information. If it's a rejected suitor, someone was a friend who wanted to be more, they were rejected, what category do we put that person in? If they hooked up a couple times, they were friends with benefit situation, one of them thought it was casual, the other one didn't. Or people who've only talked online, perhaps through a dating website, but they've never even met. And so when we're thinking about the risk profile and the information, my point is just these categories aren't so cut and dry, right? Because different people might answer this differently. And so, and also most people don't use the term intimate partner, like only we use it in our field. And so it's important to ask, people to describe the relationship. If you're investigating, make sure you ask both the complainant and the respondent to describe the relationship. You might get some different answers, right? Where one really thinks it was an intimate partner and one really thinks they were an acquaintance. But regardless, my point is just that these aren't so cut and dry and that different relationships would have different information. This is an example of an acquaintance stalker who kind of toes some of these lines. And so we go ahead and watch this news clip.
Creep caught on camera. The surveillance video shows a stalker in action, loitering outside his victim's home in the dead of night and uttering nonsense.
The best moments are not captured on camera or pictures or anything like that.
He paced around my front porch, screaming into our Nest camera that he was going to find me and that he wasn't going to stop coming.
Maddie Malsteff is living a never-ending nightmare. For 4 straight years, she has been stalked by this guy. Maddie says the first time she was sleeping when she heard a knock at the door.
He just showed up, said, let's talk, and I sent him away a little confused. And then it kind of really just escalated from there.
2 weeks later, on Christmas morning, Maddie and her family woke up to this disturbing shrine left on the porch. A Bible open to a passage about Mary Magdalene.
He believes
Holy
that he
crap.
is Jesus and I'm Mary Magdalene.
A shrine outside their door? What the hell? Targeted. Ooh.
Coming from. And so, like I said, let's say it's an ex-partner stalking their ex. the ex starts dating someone new, so now they're stalking the new romantic interest as well. And so if you're that new romantic interest, you're being stalked by your partner's ex. That's not your ex, right? That's not your intimate partner, but it's kind of an acquaintance, right? So that, oh yeah, I know, I think they had a thing with, my partner a few years ago, and they keep kind of showing up. And so the target dispersion does lead to a lot of that stalking as well. That may be an extension of intimate partner or not, right? We also know that a stalker might send other people to stalk on their behalf. So that's proxy stalking. So let's say stalkers in jail or prison, and so they ask their friend who's not, hey, check up on this person. And so now that stalker has become that secondary person, right? And of course, we have stalkers who are asking friends and family about the victim, where they share information they didn't know that they were helping a stalker. So, calling a neighbor and saying, hey, it's snowing. Did they make it in okay? Do you see their car in the driveway? Oh, yeah, I see it, right? And so I wouldn't call that third party in that case an additional stalker. But for them, if you're trying to figure out, well, who is this person? Okay, again, it's not that third party's intimate partner, but it might have been the primary victims. And so that target dispersion, that proxy stalking can really mutter the waters when we're thinking about who is the stalker to this victim. And if they're a secondary victim, how that might relate to another co-occurring case or to intimate partner violence. And so with acquaintance offenders, as with all, we want to think, how intimate was this relationship? And how was this information shared? Or in other words, okay, if we're looking at a spectrum here, are they more like an intimate partner, or are they more like a stranger? Are they my old roommate who I've met their parents and they need my password and they have a key because they come and watch my cat? Now, that we've said we're in different places. Or are they like, oh, I think I saw that person at a show once. Or like, oh, it was a friend of a friend. I talked to them at a party one time, right? And so there's a big variety in that acquaintance category. How might shared social work or other networks enable access to the victim? So thinking about, okay, if they're in the same field, are they all on the same listserv? If they're at the same company, what information is shared to that company directory? What's maybe not public, but is accessible to that person? And can accommodations be made to distance the victim from the offender if that's what's wanted? So if we're looking at a campus, can they switch dorms? Can we bring in some of those Title IX considerations, even if it's not an intimate partner offender, right? That can get really confusing. So how can we create some distance there if that's what the victim wants? Family members, a type of acquaintance stalker, a little bit of separate information here. A couple examples. So this was one where this man he had a grudge against his brother. And he always had this grudge, and it escalated after the mother passed away. He makes numerous threats to.
All right, that's all I wanted to hear. Hold on. I got to put my headphones on. Oh, I hate those things. Now, can you hear me? Okay, let me check my phone. Okay. Hey. Anyways, I had no idea there's a thing called proxy stalking. Never heard of that one. Proxy stalking. Oh, she's not even by her computer. Oh no, it's not the kitty.
Hey, get up there. Sorry. Hey, Caligula, upstairs. Sorry. Yeah, no.
Right.
Back up. Hey, here. Get upstairs. Get up there. Come on.
Who's here? Anybody?
Sorry about that.
Here is, oh shoot, it won't work. I want to share this stalking awareness here. How can I share this with people? Okay, this is a PDF file. Stalking Awareness Month Toolkit. Hold on a minute. There's got to be a way. You know what? Hold on. Shoot. No, I can't. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, there's no way I can share it unless you want to see it. I can send it to you. Okay, I just want to talk about something else now. So, you guys are gonna laugh. I have the videos, and I'm gonna put it together, people. You know me going for a walk with Mal every day. It's new for me. Being on trails is new for me. Being in the woods. Well, I found something in the woods. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Now you guys are gonna laugh, but this is what I want to say. I'll show you. I'm thinking, okay, because I grabbed it, right? I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. I found it in a tree, inside of a tree that was all busted down, right? I'm like, oh my god, what is this? So I tried to get it open yesterday, and it would not open, or I couldn't get it open, right? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open it at my house then, you know, with my dad around. Well, there's something called GeoCat. Google it.
Huh?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, it's called GeoCat. What it is, it's like you're playing a game with people, and what happens? You go to find like these things. It's a game. It's a game. But I can tell you, nobody's been there for a long time because it was all full of cobwebs. But let me tell you something. I thought, okay, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go put this back, right? Google it. Google Geo. You know what? I'm going to show you people. I never heard of it.
Is it
Okay?
geocache?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were saying cat.
No. This is crazy, people. This is a thing. It's a thing, people. So I got it open. Okay, I was
Oh,
brave.
a treasure hunt game. Okay.
Okay. No, you guys are gonna laugh. I mean, wait till you see my video. I'm really looking way too deep in it, right? Thinking, oh my god, there's got to be bullets. I think this is a bullet container. No, anyway, so this is what I did because we're supposed to leave a note and leave something behind. So I left my note and the date, right? The last person that was at that box was in 2020. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're not supposed to take it.
No, you're supposed to open it up, sign the logbook or whatever it says, and then put it back exactly how you found it.
You take one of the gifts, and then you put something in there too. You know what I did? I thought, this is what I'm going to do. I'm in nature. This is what I'm going to start doing. I had Justice for Timmy D's bracelet. I put that in there.
Aw.
Yes.
That's cool.
So that's going to be my new thing in nature. Give it to nature, right?
That's super cool.
Plus, people that like will open that box will Google Timmy's name, and it's going to reach more people. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty
Of course,
awesome.
you're going to see that person, and you're going to be like, who's that, right?
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go rock hunting. There's all kinds of cool places in this state.
Rock hunting.
Yeah. There's places you can go where they have like official rock hounding expeditions. You can go places where there's lots of turquoise, where there's gold or other precious minerals and rocks, and I think that'd be cool.
My son likes doing that.
I
He
love
likes to
Ruffles.
go, yeah, he likes to do that. But yeah, so geo catching is a real thing, people. Do not take the box home with you. Yeah, don't take the box home with you.
Very cool.
Hey, how am I supposed to know?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I find something in the woods. I kind of got excited. Then I got scared. I found it inside. I got the video. When I found it, I'm like, what the hell is this? So I went climbing. Oh boy, did I ever. I was looking at me like, oh, that's a huge short. I'm like, you stay there now. You can't come.
Right.
You get hurt. I almost got hurt
That's cool.
because it's off the trail. It wasn't on the trail. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's got to be hidden to a certain extent
Yeah.
because that's the whole point. Does it say when when that first got placed there? How far back?
And the only thing I've seen of the other dates was 2020.
Wow.
But I've seen other boxes on this website. People like 2003.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? So I think it's kind of interesting, right? Because I'm going to be starting next year. I'm going to be going to a new place. Hopefully, Nala is going to start listening to me on that leash. I'm still having problems, by the way. And I mean, she's not naughty, right? I call her name. She don't listen to me. She's got to sniff everything. It drives me nuts. And she can't be doing that. And anyway, so what's my point here? So the other trails is 10,000 acres, people.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be something to do, right? It's going to be, an everyday thing, right? But I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it.
Very cool. How far away is it from you?
10 miles. Not far. So that's wonderful.
Cool.
Oh, I want to see what else is going on. Anything good on the internet? Let me look.
Well, the case of the 12-year-old girl found in the storage tub has been making its rounds.
The storage what?
The 12-year-old girl that was found in the storage tub.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And they've got her, like, I think mom, boyfriend, and aunt, maybe, I think, something like that, have all made their, like, first appearances at court.
Oh.
Sad.
Hey, Emmanuel, you know that Emmanuel Hiro?
Yeah, he pled guilty.
He pled guilty to murder.
Yep. Yeah, so what does this mean for his wife? Did he do it to potentially get the DP off the table?
Isn't it weird? I'm shocked.
Yep, and the wife is still sticking to her story.
Yeah. I think she beat him. I think he beat her, I mean, the wife or whatever. I don't see nothing good online, people.
Yeah, it's been a little quiet.
Which is kind of a good thing, right? In a sense.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, luckily, MJ pulled up a very exciting case for us to listen to, so that's been nice.
Well,
something new.
So the really sad part, though, that there ain't much really crime being reported, right? So then people are going into people's personal lives now.
Oh, of course. They got to make some true crime somewhere.
Yeah.
because they don't want to lose their position in the algorithm. So if there's no big flashy cases to be reporting about, they've got to create some kind of drama or they're going to start slipping in the algorithm. Yeah, the girl that MJ's covering literally gives me like anxiety because she reminds me so much of my mom.
Right. Hey, you guys, tomorrow's going to be a tough day, but a good day, I hope.
Heavenly birthday.
Tabitha would have been 32 tomorrow. So I'm going to be live at some point celebrating her life.
Absolutely.
And yeah, sharing videos of her when she was a little girl.
Happy heavenly birthday.
You sit there and you try to work through this loss, right? Then something comes up. Oh my God, her birthday now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it'll be the first holiday, right?
Yeah, first birthday, first Christmas, first Mother's Day. They're all going to be tough. They're all going to be an adjustment. And unfortunately, yeah.
The only thing that's killing me every day is not getting the phone calls.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm used to my phone ringing at 1 and 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's just so sad.
It is.
I mean, that's another thing I want to tell these stalkers. You never know what people are going through.
Absolutely.
In their personal life. And you need to be careful because you could push that person over the edge with one comment. I mean, as in the sense, I don't, people don't think I'm using it. I lost my daughter, and I don't know how to get through this, but somebody might say something and it might do something to me, right?
Yeah. You never know what anybody's got going on in their head.
Just think for yourself. Would I want that done to me?
Yeah, that's the part that gets me, is just do unto others,
And I do that. I'm like, God, would I want someone to do that to me? That's what how I try to live, go by. Sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I do.
Nobody's perfect. We all mess up.
I'll be like, oh God, that was so wrong of me, right?
We all mess up. But
Melissa from the bushes, we're talking. Yes, we are live.
These little girls that are
God.
behaving like this have probably never felt any type of severe loss or anything like that. And they haven't matured enough to realize that life can change in an instant.
Yeah, right. You just don't know, people. And look I'm going to use Lauren here because this is mainly, her, but to give information. They took advantage of her situation, of her losing her brother, but then they went a step further and talked about his sperm.
Yeah, the denigrating.
You know what? You don't talk ill about the dead. You don't talk about the dead.
No. That guy is not here to defend himself. And for them to twist it into something sick and depraved just for clicks and likes, that truly shows the character of the kind of people you're dealing with.
That there could have sent her over the edge. The loss of her brother, and then them doing that. Yeah.
Just how do you make something that's so incredibly personal to somebody and turn it around and make it into something so twisted and depraved?
That kind, see, that that makes you think about what's in their mind.
Yeah, it shows what kind of sick, depraved mind they have. And it says so much more about them than it does about anybody else.
And I don't think people are realizing that. The ones that have been really, I'm glad Lauren finally did speak. She has more support than she really realized, right?
Good. I'm glad.
But it's like, my God, these are girls doing this, right?
These stupid
These are
little
women
girls
doing
are
this.
just for clicks and likes. Let's make up the most disgusting thing just to get views. You're disgusting.
Right. Gross.
Shame on you.
And then you got Lori Hellis, the oldest one of the bunch, acting like that. Saying that Lauren's doing this about her life, that, her life, right? That she could take her own life. Saying she's saying that for clout. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It didn't seem like clout to me.
I'm like, who says that? You know what's happening though? This is what's happening. All those comments, she had to shut her comments off because she made a fool of herself during that live, and people are calling her out. She's not coming around no more. I don't know. It's going on week 3,
Yeah.
4, something
Great.
like that.
What the hell, mate?
I don't know. I've done all I can. There's nothing more I can do. If she don't want to come around, she don't want to come around. I mean, I sent her a card and pictures of me and my family, my daughter, because she lives in another country, right? And I thought, I'll do this for her so she knows, she's not here in America, but I still care about her, right?
Here's your American friends.
And I wanted her to feel like close to me. I haven't heard. I know that it got there. I'm like, wow, what did I do? Nothing. I didn't do a damn thing. I did my best on trying to contact her at least daily and say, hey, hi, how you doing, right? Getting better at that. Like, I'm getting better with you too doing that, and Misty. But I mean, I even called her dad's phone. I called her phone, DMs, and I'm like, what? I'm done. I can't do it no more. There's nothing more I can do.
That's sad.
Nothing more. It hurts my feelings.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, I just had this happen with somebody else when my daughter died.
Yeah.
She disowned me after my daughter died. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that still makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, that makes no sense of what Miss Barbara did at all.
I don't get it. You turn your back on somebody when they're now in the position that you've been in before, and so you would think she would be the first person to offer support and help and a shoulder. So I don't get it.
She got really selfish, I can tell you that much, because people were asking her, I found out later, asking her, have you checked in on Kit? No, I don't know what to say to her. Yeah. I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me?
I've heard that excuse before from somebody.
That ain't godly. I could tell you that. You believe in Jesus and God and all that? That ain't the godly thing to do. You better say a couple extra prayers for yourself doing that, asking for forgiveness for that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know I will say what's on my mind. Live. I don't care.
Your channel.
I know you can only take so much. Right?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to say what's on my mind. I don't care.
Yep. Everybody gets to the point where they can't take it anymore. So
Right, right. Well, and what are you supposed to do if the person will not even respond back to you? What are you
yeah,
supposed to do?
yeah, I
Right?
know.
No,
Yeah,
you sit here and you wonder why. It's like,
yeah.
why?
It leaves you left twisting in the wind, wondering, and filling in the blanks with your imagination.
Well, yeah, and then I'll go through the messages. I'm like, God, did I say something? I'm like, nope, nope. No. Okay, because I don't think I'm always right. I don't. I've been called out quite a few times from my sis Angelique. That angel. I'm telling you, I may not agree with her at the time, but she's pretty much right. She like calls me or message me. I think that was a bad idea what you did. I
No, see
think you were a little too
that's
much.
a good friend.
I don't really care.
That's a good friend right there that
I
will do
know.
that. That will call you out on your bullshit,
Yeah.
and y'all can talk it out like adults and
Yeah.
move
Well,
on.
we have a disagreement about things. Like we don't agree about certain cases. We don't agree on everything, which is wonderful. And I'd be like, I got to be right. I'm like, no, I don't agree with you. We'll go back and forth. It's so funny, and she'll just laugh
That's
at me.
that's a healthy way to do it.
Yeah,
I personally don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of yes men. So no, no, thank you.
but I do let her know. I'd be like, okay, you were right.
Yeah,
I do
see, and
give her credit down the road.
that's big of you to be able to do that because not a lot of people can.
Yeah, I do ask her. I do. I'm like, yes, you were right. So shut up. That's a good friend.
That is. It definitely is. That's a healthy relationship.
I mean, at first I thought, what the hell's wrong with this girl? Who does she got me to think of what I was doing in a different way, right?
And see, that can be a really good thing.
Right, right. I'm like, God, really? And I'll think about it and I get off the phone or whatever it may be. I'm like, oh, no.
And that's a
Is it
good thing.
really
That
like
means
that?
you were open-minded enough to see it from another perspective.
Well, I'm not until I get off the phone with her.
Well, I'm not going to tell her I was open-minded about it.
No. Like, no, she will tell me whatever. I'm like, nope, I don't agree. Nope. Okay, gotta go. Bye bye. But then I'll think about it and I'll be like, you were right. You were right.
So is it more of a case that you need to be right all the time?
No, I don't think I need to be right. I just need everybody to hear what I gotta say.
Good. Okay. Just checking.
Are you kidding me? I'm wrong a lot. I just need everybody to hear what I gotta say, and that's it. And I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're all listening. We got our ears on.
Funny. You're funny. You got to be right all the time. Yeah, you do 13. Do I need to cam up?
It's like one of those Dr. Phil moments. No, it's a Dr. Phil moment. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
I'd be like, oh, that's a tough one.
I think it was a tough one for the people that he asked.
Can I get back to you on that?
He's got some funny one-liners.
Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
I don't know where he got that from. I never heard it. It's funny. That was funny. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Whew. So I'll have to put my little video together of how dramatic I am about this Geo box
The
that I
treasure.
took home with me. You guys are gonna laugh because I'm so dramatic, like I am on here too.
Did
I
you
mean,
think
like,
you
oh my
found buried
god,
treasure?
huh?
Did you think you found buried treasure?
Well, I kind of got scared because I'm like, this is a bullet. There's probably bullets in here. But who's gonna put a? There ain't nothing there. It's all woods, people.
Yeah, you gotta be careful about picking stuff up like that. You never know.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh God, I gotta have my dad around when I open it.
Yeah,
I'm like, well,
could
maybe it's money. I don't know. What
have
the
been
hell
some
is it?
crazy. Could have been some crazy criminals like go bag or something. You know.
I know, very scary. But it's all woods. I mean, you can't go no further. You can't go no further. They broke through stuff to get through. These people. I can tell you that. There was some like what is that called? Barbed wire
Oh, jeez.
within that mess. I'm like, oh my God. See, I almost hurt myself, people.
Well, they were looking for a good stash place.
Hey, I was exploring, okay? I was going off the trails.
Hey, nothing wrong with exploring. I love exploring.
Yeah. I enjoyed it for 2.5 hours. Usually I go for an hour and a half to 2 hours. But it was different. Because me and Nala didn't get to go for 2 days.
Oh yeah,
Because the
because
weather was so bad here.
yeah.
Why do people get butt implants? For real.
Oh jeez. Right?
I don't understand that. Why?
Oh. Blame it on Kim Kardashian.
I mean, come on. That is so. Never mind.
I mean, I remember back in the day when we all thought J-Lo's butt was big. Like there used to be the jokes going around like, J-Lo's got to take 2 limos to the Grammys, one for her and one for her ass. I was like,
Well, look at Nicki Minaj.
yeah, I know. All of a sudden, Kim Kardashian made it a fad to have a ginormously huge, unattractive butt.
Can you
And
imagine?
now it's going the other way.
Can you imagine having to keep up with yourself?
No. Yeah. I would never want a butt as big as hers. All she can wear is stretchy clothes.
Right? Right?
I heard about the process that she has to go through if she wants to wear a pair of denim.
Really?
Yeah. It was something like she had to buy a size pair 2, a pair of jeans size 2, and a pair of size 16. And then and then she has to take them and have them altered to where the waistband of the 2 will go on to the 16 because the 16 has to be big enough to cover her butt.
What?
And then there has to be like an extra side zipper or some other type of like a side zipper or something for her to be able to get in and pull it up over her butt.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's why she only wears stretchy things. Because
Wow.
she couldn't get her butt into anything that's not stretchy.
Okay.
Like, how? I wouldn't even. No, that's just way too big. It's abnormally big.
Oh my God, you're funny. It's just way too big.
I wouldn't want to be wiping that thing. Are you kidding? Just no.
Oh, oh my God. Can you? No. Okay, I'm going to say, could you imagine? You have to keep that clean.
Right?
You would have to bathe a couple times a day.
just yikes. It's massive. It has its own zip code in Calabasas.
Oh my God, Calabasas. Is that where
And
they
then-
live?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then, you know, you got the people that go out and do the butt implants, and then one of their implants flips over in their butt and it's on the wrong side, and they got to sit there and flip it back over.
oh boy.
Or the really dumb ones that go and get the Brazilian, which is the most dangerous procedure in cosmetic surgery. You can die from it.
Really?
Having a big ass is not worth your life. So many women have died from getting a BBL.
Well, I noticed the ones that really get the big ones are the ones that are in rap videos.
Of course.
And then what's sad is, you know, they'll be pretty girls, but it's like your body is like shaped weird and you have stretch marks.
Yeah.
Do
And
they
at
even
some
realize
point,
they got dimples and stretch marks?
yeah, you don't just go from 0 to 100 without damaging your skin.
Right.
And then what happens when you're kind of done with having a ginorma ass? You're gonna have all this extra skin.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on the guys putting out the videos going, yo, dude, have y'all smelled a BBL? That thing stank, man.
Oh my God.
They're talking about the smell of BBL butts.
Oh
I
my
just,
God.
I can't. There's video after video of these girls trying to get on an airplane, and they have to turn sideways to walk down the aisle. Just why? It's not attractive. It's
No.
it's not attractive to have a ginorma ass.
Sorry.
I mean,
Funny when you say it.
it was. Jesus.
I got a cough. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God.
It's kind of that one. There's I think she might be. I know she's like a social media type person, but whatever. She's got. I don't. Her boobs are. I don't even know how big.
Ooh.
She like smashing beer cans with them and stuff, and
What?
like why? Just
Are
why?
you kidding me?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she'll put
I bet she makes a lot of money.
She'll put a freaking can on the table, and then she grabs one boob with one hand and smack it down and smash
No
the can with
way.
her boob. It's like, good Lord.
What the fuck are you watching?
Dude. She was on Botched.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't with the extreme plastic surgery. And these people that just keep taking it so far that now they look kind of like an alien.
Yeah.
They don't look anything like what they used to. They look like an
you don't
alien.
even look. Yeah, you don't even look human.
No. And that shit's permanent. No thanks. I'll pass. I just can't. Especially with the ginorma ass. That's just not my thing.
Oh shit.
It's just so restrictive to life. You know, fitting in a normal size seat, wearing jeans, sitting on the toilet. How do you reach around to that thing? Do you have to go get one of those little, you know, that little like claw stick? You squeeze the handle and the claw picks up the thing on the floor for you. Do you have
Oh
to
my
get
God.
claw
Oh
and
my
the
God.
claw puts the toilet paper on, and then you use that to wipe your butt? I mean, what is it?
Ugh.
Go gadget arms to reach around and wipe the ginorma butt? Like, Jesus Christ. There's just no point. It doesn't serve any purpose other than to make people stare at you. And
Well, it's made her a lot of money, hasn't it?
it definitely did. She
Yeah.
started a trend of everybody needing to have a big ass. But it seems like that trend is kind of on the downhill now.
Yeah,
I think even hers has shrank a little bit.
it looks like it.
So, I don't know.
All right. Well, I suppose I'm going to go, but so like that is the impact of this stuff. I mean, I would have talked about mine, but because I don't need like I'm saying this. I guess I'm being petty. I don't need like documents and to read like websites and PDFs or make a script to talk about what I got to say, unlike somebody that we watched today, right?
Yeah.
It can flow right out of my mouth,
Yeah.
right? Like my story.
Exactly.
But yeah, 1997, okay, to 2025, there is still some trauma from that. PTSD.
Yeah.
Always will be.
Absolutely.
It ain't nothing like it was, though, right? I mean, I'm not scared to go anywhere, but I am always aware of my surroundings. I'm
Of course.
always looking in my mirrors.
It sticks with you.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, J13. Thank you
All
for
right.
being here, being on panel, and
Oh,
I hope you have a better night. It makes me sad that
Yeah, I know.
you're kind of
been-
down.
It's been a rough couple weeks here, so.
Yeah.
But this helps, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, good. Get the hell out of here right now. I'm kicking you
Yeah.
out.
Bye,
Out
fucker.
of here. Get out, fucker. That's what we do, okay? Okay? We call each other the F-bomb. Okay, everybody. I want to thank you, everybody, for coming through here. But so you watch those those girls are going to be made an example of with this type of behavior online. You're going to watch and see what happens. I'm not kidding. I have a feeling. Bye, Melissa from the bushes. Okay, goodbye, everybody. And I hope you have a wonderful night. And tomorrow is my baby girl's birthday. She's in heaven, though. And I'm going to have something alive tomorrow. So if anybody wants to come and, come watch videos of my daughter with me, that'd be cool. When she was a baby. If it's not Lauren, it could be the next person they mess with. And I'm telling you, they're sitting there and hey, Lori Hellis, you are a grandma, you're an older lady, and your behavior that you've been doing, from the videos I've been watching, I know people don't like you, okay? And you need to be careful because they could harm you because of what you're doing to Lauren. Because there's psychos out there like that. Something will, be in their head. And I'm not saying, I don't want that to happen to you. I'm just saying, people got to be careful. Comes out of your mouth. Even I do. I get it. Even I do. But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. All right. Later.
Boot up the stream, grab your snack and noodle. Here comes the queen, kid and caboodle. Wi-Fi blazing, wig on tilt. More drama than a soap opera quilt. Kid logs on in a sparkly robe, sipping iced tea like she runs the globe. Drops more truth than a psychic at noon with a cat named Taco and a raccoon named Boom. Kid and caboodle is a hot shit Uber. subscribe, that's no rumor. Yeah! She vlogs in Walmart, midnight mission, caught in aisle 9 with divine precision. Mic in hand, she interviews cheese. Sir, you aware you're lactose free? Goes live while baking glitter pies. Starts a feud with ducks, no lies. Reacts to Karen's, paints her Jeep, and once went viral yelling she don't sleep. Kitten Caboodle is a hot chick Uber, ring light blazing, sassy maneuver. Bands a troll while dancing to chair, then sells merch made from her own hair. Hot shit YouTuber, even her outro has a blooper. To play Fortnite, hosted a seance on Tuesday night. Got possessed midstream, ate a burrito, still hit upload, respect amigo. Now Netflix calls and brands wanna collab, but Kit just vlogged from her glittery cab. She's not here for clout or fame, she's here to win the YouTube